right, yeah, it unmuted. Great. Go for it. Go for
Welcome
it,
back,
Jay.
ladies and germs. I don't know what Miggy's doing. I think he's losing
Yo,
points in the background
the
there.
stream deck started glitching out,
Yeah.
and it started flickering, but then it unmuted. I don't know, man.
Bro, I look like a 3 years in Dagestan and forget, bro.
You need some maintenance.
Welcome back, guys. Ghetto Rig episode 250. That's a
Yes,
milestone,
sir.
right? That's quarter way to 1,000. We did it, boys.
Cool.
So sponsors UFC Gym Largo in St. Petersburg, or Pinellas Park rather, Vitality 1 and 2. Today's episode is nerding out, right?
Yep.
My name is Jay, my co-host Eddie to my right, and Miggy behind the camera.
You're
Yeah.
You said you had a topic you wanted to bring up regarding cameras a little bit, and then I was explaining to you the 180 thing. But what'd you want to bring
I'm
up?
gonna be throwing your girlfriend under the bus for this one.
Okay, I'm all right with that.
Hell
you
yeah,
know,
let's go. Let's
I
go.
hope she's watching.
She you know what's funny is I think the crazy part with her is when she's editing stuff, I think she goes too safe sometimes and doesn't like allow herself to really like try and do other things and like actually like make a real difference in a photo sometimes or a video. And I haven't really seen much of what she does, but knowing my girlfriend and like seeing how she's at, like her demeanor around this stuff, that's how I feel like maybe she approaches things. And tell me if I'm accurate or not.
Let me rephrase that for you. I think she's too
comfortable at a low, like at a
basic use of the program, but it's like,
See, I don't think it's comfortability. I think it's more scared.
yeah.
I think she's more scared to expand.
She doesn't understand what the other tools do, so she's just like,
Yeah.
this does everything for me.
I think it's both. You're right. Being comfortable and a little scared.
It's not necessarily
Yeah.
a bad thing, bro.
No, it's not necessarily
It's
a
not.
bad thing, but it kind of is with in our case scenario, right?
So we're trying. At least I am.
But I can
personally.
bet you she's gonna be really fucking good at those basics. You know what I mean? She's probably like, give her some time, she's gonna be better than everyone else at those basics.
That's the thing, right? The basics only take you so far in this kind of thing, right? So like, yes, you'll be able to create usable video, usable photos, all that stuff will be fine, right? But like, for example, I know Miguel has tried this, and I sure as hell have. We sometimes will get certain projects that we know we're allowed to maybe mess with a little more, right? Like if it's not like something that's like, for example, we do some stuff that is products, right? If it's a product of something, most of the time you're going to want it to look like the actual product. So you need to just make it look good and normal, right? Versus like some other times we're doing like a lot of fishing stuff and it's supposed to look cool kind of thing, right? And so we can almost make our own look, add different styles within the photos. Like I'll have photo edits where I'll have 3 different coloring styles within that single edit of all those photos. And even with video, actually today I'm doing some video and I have one that's a landscape video that's like an interview style, and I use a different conversion LUT on that one than I used on the other like portrait social media style videos that we did as well. So getting creative, trying the more difficult things to actually achieve something that's a little more stylized, original, right? Because that's always the cool thing, right? Is like you can always me and Miguel can have the same photos, the same footage, and be told to do it the same way. And yes, it'll look pretty similar, right? Like we're gonna structure it all basically the same, but his will have a different look than mine, and neither of them are really wrong as long as they look good. And you were gonna say is like she's comfortable, right? Doesn't want to like, and I think a part of it is like she's scared to try the other stuff because she doesn't want to have to like, she doesn't want to fuck it up, right? Which I've gone through that for sure.
I can even hear her saying this shit. I don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that.
Can we mention something? Can we mention how Miggy's growing his beard back? Because he got
That's
so
quick.
much shit from everyone that he's growing
What do you
the
mean?
beard back.
I think he actually, you gave me the story on this. What happened, Miggy? Why'd you cut the beard
I
off?
was just trying to cut it, like trim it down, and then I ended up cutting it weird, like wasn't really paying much attention, and I was going a bit too quick, and I went too deep into one section. It was like in the center right here, so I was like, fuck, let me just do the other side, look like Wolverine for like 2 minutes.
Did you take pictures?
Did you take pictures?
Did you take pictures?
No.
Damn, bro. You know what? Next time I go to shave, I'm gonna just shave all of this, right? And I'm gonna leave the fucking chops and take a picture, see what it looks like.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do. You know what I always wanted to do? I always wanted to do like, keep this like that, and then just like, connect it. You know what I mean? Like
Connect it like all the way
all
down,
the
like
way down.
growing hair all through this. You don't mean like a braided mustache, right? You mean like the hair's growing through all of this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The hair is just like growing down. You know, like just
All the way
continue-
down to the happy trail and everything.
Connected, and everything else that's got no hair. Just
You
a
have
little-
the two lines and then they connect.
Yeah,
right
like
here.
looks like suspenders just coming off my mustache.
But Mickey, you said you were gonna put her on the spot. Is that is that what you wanted to talk about specifically?
Yeah. So what my thing is, I was thinking the other day. I was like, man, sometimes it's really hard to find somebody that you can like nerd out about certain shit.
Yeah, it
Like,
is. Yeah.
Cameras is very difficult. Like not everybody understands cameras.
No,
how they
no.
Work, whatever.
Even most of the
whatever it is,
people
yeah.
at our jobs, you can't nerd out with cameras. Very.
And
I know 3 people at our jobs that you can nerd out with cameras, and that one of them includes you. Like and there's a lot of people.
I was
When you say nerd out, what do you mean by that?
Like the intricacies of the different cameras.
Oh.
Like you
Well,
could go up to.
cameras and or like editing,
Yeah, yeah.
which is more the direction that I was going because I was explaining tone curves to her, and she's like, yeah, it's alright.
But you're not
She's-
gonna
but
understand
she's
it till you
telling me
mess
it's
with
like
it.
I'm not gonna use that. And it's like, like
but it's better for you.
See, but
I'm not
like
gonna
for
do
example,
it.
I think like tone curves might be like too far of a step from what
That's
from
why I'm
where
slowly-
she's at.
that's why I'm slowly
Right.
teaching her, and then I also taught her the very basic tone curve that even tells her whenever she points on it, like what it is.
Yeah.
So she can because it's not even the right phrasing. It's dark shadows, mid-tones, highlights, whites. The thing is like lights up top. Like I think like it does say mid-tones and then like shadows, but you know,
I would,
it's
like-
weird.
What I would do is probably like, because you're the one that's teaching her, right? Like I don't teach her. She works with you, not me. So what I would maybe start is just starting at the color wheel first, messing with those, like the color wheel for the shadows, highlights, and midtones. Like if she wants to like
I don't even
give certain
the
things a
thing is,
look,
I don't even use that because I don't feel like I have to use that
right? Because that's more of like a custom
That's-
thing. That's like when you're
that's-
trying to create a look.
when you're really coloring shit.
Yeah.
I'm not really actually coloring things.
You're
like
just
that.
trying to correct.
Yeah.
Okay. See, yeah, I've even like the tone curves, I've used them before once or twice, like on video actually, and I only used it to create a look, not necessarily a correction.
But just understanding that, when I was thinking about back then when I first started, and I looked at Jared's computer and he was using the scope to
Yeah.
see the color spectrum.
I still don't understand that.
So this is what I'm going.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything. Once I understand the histogram, everything kind of like just like.
Well, the histogram is like
clicks together.
it's like learning Spaniard Spanish.
It just tells.
And then like all the other stuff is like the dialects,
It
like the
translates-
slang and
It's like
all that
having
shit.
it's like having a translator for the camera.
Yeah.
Because when you're looking at the histogram, it's telling you exactly like how much light there is in certain, or how much contrast there is in certain areas of the image.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: when you find those certain areas, different contrast, can you correct different areas of the
Yes.
photo?
Yeah, you can
separately?
mask. Yeah.
So again, by using those tone curves, you can adjust the depth basically of the contrast.
That makes sense.
So, I'll pull up a chart. So the way it works is,
And you were asking like, what do you mean by like nerding out on a camera? Like, and you said that kind of like in the sense where like you would think that everyone would know about cameras. And
No.
all the guys that film and have cameras, they know how to film and they know how to use it, right? But like, I bet there's a few of them you could ask like, oh, how many megapixels is your camera? And they wouldn't know.
Nah, no fucking way.
so this is like the
yeah.
pixel. This graph right here shows the pixel counts, and it has different numbers and different sections on the camera. The amount really doesn't really matter because sometimes you'll see a histogram that's like super spiked and like it's crossing the meter. That doesn't really matter that much. What matters is that this is pushed as much over here
Without actually touching.
without actually touching this side right here. Because
That's-
then that's overexposed.
That's really all I understand about histograms. It's like that, and that's like what when I saw a video that he just basically said like that's the basic way to read them and understand them is you want to get all the bars as far to the right as possible without actually touching the right wall of the histogram, like the actual end on the right side.
Yeah. And then again,
Besides that, I don't know.
yeah, and then later on in the program, Jay, to answer your question, the this is basically a tone graph, and there's different grids that you can select, and you can put different dots along a line that is diagonal, and you can bring your darks right here up,
and then your lights down.
Up.
The tone curves, I guess what you're saying is essentially allow you to adjust the photo through the histogram.
Pretty much, basically. Right. The blacks mainly.
Hey yo.
Or the contrast.
Oh man. No. Oh, you asked me like the 180 to continue explaining that.
Yeah, so now that kind of leads into that. I didn't know that about the camera.
Go ahead and just Google shutter angle.
And the reason is because I don't really care as much
about video. Yeah.
Rule of.
No, so no, like 180 degree. Like just look up shutter angle. Just literally just look up shutter angle, and just give you a. So it's used in filmmaking, right? And they say control motion blur by relating shutter angle to the frame rate, right? So it always keeps the. Because you know how you can also shoot S and Q, right? 120 frame S and Q, right? As long as it's a multiple of 120 is kind of what it's going towards. And that's why I said like the 1/48 for real time, because we shoot in 24 frame, right? Because that's exactly one single multiple of 24 frame. And then you can also technically you'd be able to shoot in whatever 48 times 2 is, right? And then whatever that times 2 is, and then whatever that times 2 is, and even like the halves within those, because it's still a multiple of whatever 120, whatever frame rate you're shooting at, right? So typically we're changing between 11.2 to 180 degree. This is actually something that I've kind of wondered, because they added shutter angle to the A7S and to the FX3, which is something you only found in like the FX6 and like the really higher end cinema ones. And that's like what they use on like the Arri Alexa cameras and like filmmaking, like for movies and stuff. When you set like an A7S3 to 180, is it like 180 like auto mode? Is that what that's doing? I don't understand.
All this shutter angle shit I knew about, but I did not study it. Like I've never really had to mess with it.
There's a lot of things in filmmaking. The biggest thing for me that's interesting is like color grading, because you see so many different ways to do it, and
the color grading is interesting to me because that's kind of what I like in an image, just adding color vibrance to things. I compared to other people, I do tend to
oversaturate.
Oversaturate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I've seen that. I've noticed that within your photography 100%. Like even just like the stuff you post or at work stuff as well, which is something that actually Austin told us he wants us to start doing more. It's adding more saturation and vibrancy. That it's like a social media look kind of thing.
I have also. I'm not saying that's what I'm gonna always be staying at, because I also have been moving towards a little bit more natural, even more than what I've typically been doing. Again, because of my new knowledge, I can adjust all that shit a little bit better. But I've been using the vibrance at around like 21, and then my saturation like from 1 to 8 at most. Before I was doing like fucking 30, 14.
I'm somewhere between 17 and 20, 21 sat, and like 20, 22 to 18 vibrant, and like an 8 sat, 8, 10
that's
sat.
a good level.
That's usually what I add to photos. We shoot in PP1, which fucking looks dry compared to picture profile
that
off.
was a strike.
PP1 is picture profile 1, which is, and we have like custom
That's a
settings that we
strike,
added
my
to it
friend.
for what they like at work, which I understand why they like it. You know, it's the look that they want to output. You know, it's funny you talked about like you'll shoot in picture profile off, right? Just like basically the camera's raw, like technically raw, like filtered that it gives.
Give
like
me a strike for this one. I don't care, but give it to me raw.
So, and you know what's funny? I think I was looking it up the other day, and picture profile 1, I think is actually like a video profile. But I mean, we've adjusted like we don't just use the normal picture profile 1. We adjusted it like in camera because you can make a bunch of adjustments to the gamma and all that bullshit.
That's interesting. Yeah, man.
I was outside sweating my ass off today filming.
The more you learn.
Like crazy. Crashed the drone. I did that today.
Crash the drone.
Into a bush about 5 feet high, into grass, so nothing happened. But I was just flying it, and I'm locked in on the shot, and I was doing there's like this little walkway that goes to one of the areas, but the walkway is just made out of like trees and bushes and shit. There's no like structure, right? And so I was going through the walkway, and then as like the area I wanted to film was to the left, so as I came out of the walkway, I started doing a pan like this, and when I panned like this, when I was turning the camera, it like swooped back a little bit instead of just going straight and still through the walkway, and so it went into the bushes, and I just locked in the shot, and the things on the floor. I have the shot. I was showing Austin and Dude today before we left the office.
Imagine you have an FPV drone and just shit.
Yeah, that might fuck you up. There's some crazy FPV drones. I saw one. They made one. Red Bull designed one to keep up with a Formula One car, like to be able to keep up with it on track and like fly with it and everything. It was pretty cool. The video they did.
I've seen videos on people making builds with like professional cameras and shit on top of them, and then they're just
yeah. I saw one. They put an FX6 on one of those motherfuckers. That is crazy. I mean, in my head though, is like, how do you control it? Like, are you using like? I guess you have to rig like a radio controlled like receiver onto the camera and be able to like monitor it like remotely. Do you just put that bitch on auto and fly it? Like, what do you do?
I think it's a lot of auto.
I guess a lot of auto, but like
a lot of auto based on whatever it is that you're shooting, and it's a lot of trial and error, and you better know what the fuck the settings are for when you throw that bitch up there, because if you don't know, you're fucked.
You just throw it up, and then a cloud comes by, and like, all right, bro, you gotta bring it down. Oh, the cloud moved again. Never mind, bring it down again. I hate that. Today I was editing videos, and that is something that's so annoying. Like, especially us, we film out on the water so much. A cloud passing over the sun in the middle of a video. God damn it. That shit is annoying. That shit is so annoying. There's so many things that...
And you can edit it a little bit in post. I've seen Andro do it, but it's not...
Yeah, but it doesn't... Yeah. It doesn't... It won't look the same. It still won't look the same. But, what do you think is your most annoying thing you've run into, like, on shoots? Like something small. Like something that's like a little nitpick thing that you have. Nothing crazy. I don't mean, like, a customer, like, doing something crazy or anything. But, like, little things that you see happen often, you're like...
Just coming up with ideas and things not working out as you plan.
That's valid. That's valid.
But
I think...
You have all these topics and ideas that you may potentially want to do, but the customer doesn't want to do or doesn't want to do as many of them
as you want. Yeah, that happens quite often. Now, I feel like you come to terms with that, you know, with that fact of shooting when you kind of understand, like, fuck, you're going to make a plan and it's going to get thrown out the window. I just need to learn how to, like, think on the go and get as much as I can with what I have.
You look around you and be like, all right, well, there's a pole there. Let's aim that there.
Can you go to Discord?
For me, I think it's noise. Like when you're filming on the water and an airboat passes by, or you know, just always like worrying about ambient noise. Like the other day we were filming a boat, and
another reason why I like photography a lot more than that.
The other day we were filming a boat, and in the middle of us doing a talking point on the boat, somebody walked by blasting Metallica while they were walking around the park that we were like the boat ramp that we were doing it at, and we had to stop the whole thing and redo it. Yeah, definitely like ambient noise is the most bothersome, especially because it's annoying in post too. Like if something gets filmed through, like if you're close to a highway when you're on the water, like close to a bridge or whatever. Is this what you wanted to show us? This guy, the judge?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of his content.
He passed.
Yeah. What did
He
he
was a
pass
nice
from?
guy. I don't know.
Pancreatic cancer.
Pancreatic cancer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he always did like a lot. He was always very like known for being so lenient and.
Well, lenient when it was meant to be.
Yeah,
like,
when it was like when it was appropriate, kind of thing. And he was pretty funny.
So
he made a lot of jokes and stuff.
Yeah, like this article was interesting to me. Just scroll through the pictures. That's clearly us, and this is that planet. That's twice the size of ours, and it's completely covered in ocean. Do you think they have like humanoid-like creatures that live in the ocean due to evolution?
Down there.
Huh?
They got a lot of lobster down there.
A lobster looking like humans, maybe.
Yeah.
See, my thing is like we're what they call carbon-based creatures, right? Carbon-based life, right? Like
Life form, yeah.
Carbon-based life forms have proven to take on such different forms. Like, look at the animals we have here.
Yeah.
Right? Like, something as crazy as a lobster, like Miguel just said, to a fucking elephant. Right? Like that's how wide the spectrum is with that's proven to be carbon-based. And what if they're not carbon-based? What if there's something else?
Mm-hmm.
You never fucking know.
Silica-based or
Right?
something like that.
You never know. And so, it could be something you didn't even fathom. The motherfuckers might emit light, be on fire. Who knows? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you got a valid point. But what I'm saying is like, what do you do with that information? Let's say you knew about it. What do you do with that information?
As long as it's not really going to affect me, it doesn't really matter. It's interesting to learn about.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Right. It's interesting to learn about. You know, I think the biggest thing is when people make good stories about this stuff, right? Like if they just come out and be like, "Hey guys, we found life," a lot of people are gonna go into conspiracy theories and all this shit, blah blah blah. But if there's no real good story behind it, or that comes after the fact of like them telling the news, no one really seems to give a fuck.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I think the evolution of things, you know, has been pretty wild. Like how chicken is closer to a dinosaur. You know what I mean? Like things like that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
But like I think about it, like the reason you asked like, oh, like people are gonna care or not, like I think it's something I take it down to as basic as our history class growing up, right? So I know a lot of people that grew up and they hate history, and I know a lot of people that liked it, and I feel like everyone that liked it was for a single sole reason, because they had a good teacher, and that usually involves a good storyteller.
Miggy, pull up ChatGPT and can you Google and see what it projects how tall humans will be in 1,000 years and then in 10,000 years? That would be interesting to see because we've grown, you know what I mean, over the years, grown. And then do another one in 100,000 and 500,000 and a million.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, because
numbers.
It takes
asking ChatGPT to predict the future.
Yeah.
You know how many fucking nuclear bombs are gonna drop in the next fucking
no,
100 years, dog?
given nothing happens and we just continue to propagate, you know, the planet.
How tall will humans be in 1,000, 10,000, and then 100,000? I don't know.
Why don't you just do 100 years, then 10x, all the way to 10 million, and give me the predictions?
I think it's funnier if I just keep writing.
All right.
That's
All right.
You didn't
that's
comment
good. That's
that
good.
very well.
That's good. That's fine. Let's see. Thinking longer for better answers.
Oh, should we skip this?
No.
Are you actually wanted to predict?
Yeah. Like I should have wanted to give me. What are we looking at?
Plus or minus 2 centimeters by region. Likely still recognizable human regional average. It's not giving an increase factor though. It's just giving a. It's just going up and down.
It's just going up and down, huh?
Yeah. Saying it could go down, it could go up. Prediction becomes essentially science fiction.
Yeah. 1.3 to 2.2 meters.
Up or down.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't really...
I guess whatever nature calls for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Girls will predict that.
Well, yeah, girls literally, that would be it.
And right now, 666 seems to be the rule.
Now, can you pull up the other one? And I don't condone this at all. However, I want to get your opinions on this. The very first one that I posted. But what do you think? What do you think about this? And why do you think it's like that?
Put on headphones for this one?
No, you don't need to. You just watch the...
Oh, I've seen that. I mean, he didn't necessarily have to hit her. She's not big enough.
I'm not putting that on stream, but...
Yeah, no, don't.
Was that another girl?
Yeah. This one is fucking... He Joe Rogan'd her.
Damn. Oh, this girl too, right? Bink. Oh, damn, he really Joe Rogan'd her.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Damn, they hit her with the replay fucking animation. Is crazy.
She gets better. Bro.
So he drops one. She's out.
No,
she's
that's a
out.
dude. That's a dude.
That's a dude. Okay, and the girl rushes him.
Mm-hmm.
And he...
Joe Rogan's her ass.
Damn. Bink. Perfect step and everything.
Keep watching. It gets worse.
Damn, she's laid out. Coochie all in the air and shit. It's fucking crazy, bro. Crazy. Look at that shit. Homegirl better have had panties on and fucking cat's gonna start coming out.
All right. So what do you guys think about that? What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't disagree with the caption. Like, it doesn't mean because you're a woman, you get to put your hands on somebody.
But why do you think it's like that? I don't think it was like this, 10 years ago, even. What if it...
I don't think they're any more wrong than the girl in
or
the first
50
place.
years ago,
right?
You know what I mean?
I mean, shit, we all know how that was. I mean, it's
we love you too,
changed
Felix.
now.
Pause.
But
do you think it's because of the society, how we are right now, like that, how safe it is, that like somehow they think it's okay?
I don't think it has to do with safety.
Or just like or it has to do with the idea that nothing's gonna happen to me because there's so many rules and regulations in place that I'm always gonna be right.
No, I think it has more the idea. It's more of the opposite. Like they hadn't had anything happen to them before to understand the consequences in general.
Yeah,
well,
but be checked by another female.
I don't think throughout the history really much if you take the past 50
No, I'm
years,
saying to them specifically, that
years,
person,
years.
why they're acting that way. People are fucking stupid. I mean,
of course, these are cherry picked videos, right?
Of
These
course.
are cherry picked videos. But at the end
these
of
are
the day,
video
like,
of anything online.
I don't understand like the idea like that. For some reason, you think you're like equal strength wise to a guy, or not even equal strength wise to the guy, or with an idea is like I can do this and I can get away with it. And you don't.
But there's no logic when anger overcomes. There's no logic. They're not thinking about that.
There's
now
there's the survival logic, right? No matter what.
But when you don't understand what's gonna happen,
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's why I said because nothing has happened to them yet, right? They don't have an understanding of the consequences. It's not that they don't feel like there are no consequences. They just maybe they feel like there aren't because they've never gone through them, right? Like being hit back or whatever. But
Joe Byron. Which one of us?
Angry people make bad decisions, man. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, so and then I've heard this from a lot of girls. They'll come out and say, "Oh yeah, I can fight a guy." Where I'm like, what fucking planet do you live on? You know what I mean?
You can fight a guy, you might just not win.
Yeah, or for some reason they think like that if you train enough, you should be able to like overtake a guy, which makes no sense to me. You know, I don't know, man. It's weird. Like I think we're in like weird times. It's like a strange. We're like safer. We got access to a bunch of shit, but yet, like shits like this is still happening.
When it comes to girls training, I mean, you can't just say that girls training out of a slight self-defense factor is like completely pointless, right? I mean, them having some kind of knowledge of something, right? And I don't mean just like going in and doing five self-defense classes. It's not going to take you anywhere, right? Actually getting some legit knowledge.
You know what I'll compare that to? You having a weapon and going out there and like doing it once a year, maybe like shooting once a year to practice. If that. That's what I would consider like 5 classes of self-defense for girls.
Right, like, no, that's not. That's what I say. That's not enough.
Yeah.
Right. But, I mean, Joe Rogan had a conversation with a lady the other day, and she asked him like, oh, but if I were to go and train if I were to go and train jiu-jitsu and do all these things, like, would I be able to do anything if you came at me? And he said no, but no. Because I'm a martial artist. I've been doing this for the majority part of my life, and I am much bigger than you.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, well, then what's the point in training? And he said the point in training is for self-defense is if someone that is relatively closer to your size, right, will be able to defend yourself. Because he put the same like standpoint, like it doesn't matter, like I've been training for a extreme amount of time. They put me against the UFC heavyweight, I'm not gonna stand a chance.
Yes.
Right? It's a big factor of size, and like you're saying, that's like a genetic thing for between guys and girls. But Eddie's for the Speaker of the House.
Yeah, Felix Wilding.
Let me put it in perspective here. Don Jones an island with you, and he wants to fuck you. What are you gonna do?
Nothing. Grabbing that dick and twisting it any way I can.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Twist that dick. That's what I'm doing. Oh, but by the way,
I'm going for a swim, bro.
Talking about John Jones, did you see that?
You can always go for a takedown.
Apparently, there's this wrestler that they're trying to push to UFC, and he was like training with John Jones, and you know, with wrestler being a wrestler, and John Jones like literally like caught him in a mousetrap like this. So he's like going at it, they're sparring, right? John Jones puts that leg out, knowing that he's a wrestler. He goes to dive with the leg. He pulls that leg back and just jump knee right on the chin. Just taps him. A little tap on the chin, you know, like just. And then he kind of like hugs him, like, yeah, man, like you got to watch out for that knee, you know? And to me, that was crazy because this is an Olympic like wrestler. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, but he has no idea what MMA.
Exactly.
It's different.
Exactly. And you can, like, when you watch this and you're like, the difference between like if you're not within your like what you do, like you're a fish out of the water, man. You're in someone else's like playing field now, and it was just funny to see how easily he just kind of like trapped him. He just put that leg out, knowingly that he's gonna die for it, pulls the leg back, jumps up, and just lightly taps him, knowing that that's what he's doing. He's literally like, he knew exactly, because as he jumped, you can tell he pulls that knee back so he doesn't hit him hard enough.
Yeah.
You know, so that was kind of interesting to see that, like at that level, you know, like how easy they can trap you without you even like.
Do you think that there's like a certain set of moves that like shouldn't be done on the practice room? That should be done in the competition?
No, it's like saying you shouldn't do leg locks until you're a purple belt. Like, defeats the purpose, because then you're a white belt in leg locks. I think you should do all of them. You should do all of them and understand the difference and understand when you can use it and not use it, you know?
So no move should be...
Like today...
It's just the higher belts telling the lower belts, let us fuck you up for a little bit longer.
Yeah, today I had a 1 month, maybe 2 month white belt, and he was rolling with me, and his arm was dangling like this right in front of me. Right? I grab the arm, and I put just a little bit of pressure. Enough pressure to just kind of guide him, but not tap him. Yeah. Right? Like, that's a learning moment for them, right? I'm not tapping him. I'm like, bro, like your.
But you don't think he'd learn it more? It'd cement itself more in his brain if you tapped him?
No, because he had to struggle to get that arm out. It was hurting, but not enough for him to tap.
I get what you're saying.
And then I let it go. But I should give you the full story. When I was rolling with him, I put him in a headlock, an arm lock, and let it go. Arm bar, let it go. You know, all these submissions and let it go. do the, from underneath, arm triangle from underneath, let it go instead of like fully squeezing it. He knew exactly that I'm letting him go. Get behind him, arm in. The minute he was about to tap, I let it go. You know what I mean? So he knew I'm letting him go, and he knew like that was the last one. I let it go. So he kind of knew that that's the role. I'm hoping he knew that. I didn't say anything.
To play with your food, Jay.
Well, I'm not playing with the food, right? Like, I'm not playing with the food. If anything, I'm showing like the gaps that they have. Like, watch your head.
That's one of the most brutal things to do, though.
But I will tap him when they do dumb shit. For example, when they're going for a single leg with a head outside, I'll tap him on that one because that's like unacceptable. If we're rolling and you get caught because you don't know, I get that. But that you should know. That you keep the head on the inside, not on the outside. Like, I need to tap you on this one. If I don't tap you a couple of times, you're gonna continue doing this shit. I need to tap you a couple of times so you stop doing it. You know what I mean? And those are the things like.
I don't know what you're talking about, so you're just gonna have to remind me on the mats, buddy.
Or like today I was rolling with Ozzy and he was like bench pressing me off of him. What do you think was gonna happen?
You get an armbar.
Yeah, and he knows about this, and he continues to do it. So you have to armbar him. He don't like that.
Yeah, man.
I was watching YouTube University, and I really want to try out this move that I've seen you do, Jay, where it's the one where you grab an arm and you're kind of like in butterfly, and then you just kick out, rotate them with the arm that you have, and just grab their back.
Classic butterfly sweep.
Yeah.
The butterfly.
I've seen you do that one before a lot, but
the key on that one is the grip on the back, right? You have to get in the armpit, like really deep in the armpit, and hold on super tight and pull your elbow in, and now you can. And you're not pulling them to you, right? You keeping that, and you scooting out of the way. That's what majority, and since Yuri's been teaching us, a lot of these moves are you actually moving out of the fucking way to create space. And a lot of times guys will force things on you. But why force it? Let me just move out of the space. That's going to create the space, and it's going to give me what I need. Why am I like pushing through this, right? Like, these are like the little nuggets like this, like that before I wasn't doing, now I'm doing, and like more, like my game, like in this couple of months that Yuri's been here, I think my game has improved at the very least 70 to 80%.
That's a lot.
And in like a very, very short period of time, right? And that's all it is just listening to what he has to say, like. And it works, man. It works. And sticking to a move, like not just giving up on a move. Like if you're in a deep half, continuously trying to get them down. Just keep there, even though if they're squirming back and forth, eventually you're going to get it because they're going to make a mistake because you're in a good position. You're going to make a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am. And like I said, I've been watching a lot of YouTube University, and I need to try a couple different moves.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, with YouTube University, here's the problem. On YouTube University, they show it and it works. But when you come in a role and you do it, it doesn't work. You're like, this shit doesn't work. No, it works. You just need to keep fucking doing it.
Yeah. It's hard to get it, especially when you're not like doing like drills for it. You're just trying to get it in a roll.
Even if you do the drills for it, you can do the drill 100 fucking times. You go in a roll and it's not gonna happen. Like you just have to do. Like you have to do these moves in a roll. But in order for you to do it in a roll, in a drill, you at least have to have some basic understanding how it happens. That's where the drills come in, right? Mm-hmm. But you have to do them in a roll. When you're in
the drill, that's where you're getting the little details. Like, what am I doing wrong here? Because you're always doing some dumb.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be able to understand the live reaction that comes with trying to have the move done until you roll.
Practice and roll.
And just like anything, you can take this to photography, right? Like I can go on YouTube and watch a bunch of tutorials on how to color the shadows. Until I actually start doing it and physically seeing how it's happening, it's impossible. It's impossible. And it's the same thing with my work. Since I'm going on vacation, somebody has to take over this, right? To me, this is super easy. The stuff that I do is very easy. But this person that's taking over, man, he's asking me the same question I already answered several times before. And I need to take a step back and understand. The reason it's easy for me because I've done it thousands and thousands of times under fucking pressure.
We had that same conversation today at work. We were talking about when we go out on shoots, and I know Miguel suffers from this as well, like having anxiety about like when you're gonna show, like when before you go, making sure you're prepared and you have all your topics ready and your plan and this and that, and having that similar anxiety on when you leave. Shit, did I get everything I needed? Like, did I miss this? Did I miss that? Did I leave a piece of gear? That's another big fear that I don't know about you, Miggy, but I have that fear every time I go on a shoot. I'm
checklist, man. Checklists are the thing the minute I transition to checklist at my own work, my life is so much easier. I don't even have to think about it. I bring up the checklist. Boom, boom,
it's not really
boom,
that difficult
boom,
for me anymore because I have a big ass case that has big ass holes, and it's like, okay, what's missing in the big ass holes?
For me, it's more about like.
Well, that's a checklist by itself, right? That is a checklist.
Yeah, in a way, I simplified it.
I have shoots, for example, like the one where I go and I take pictures at another studio where for one of our clients, and like they are like set up all my stuff, and I have a lot of things like I'll run out of a battery and I'll put a battery somewhere, and I just make sure like. Every time when I leave, especially because every time I go to shoot and I'm shooting video, I'll be using either Miguel's camera or my boss's camera. And I'm always the most anxiety about it.
Because it's not your shit.
It's not mine. And so, like, bro, I've had times where, like, I'm in Crystal River and when I hop on Suncoast Parkway, I'm like, fuck. And I'll pull over.
Just to check.
Yeah, multiple times I've done it. I've pulled over just to check.
Yeah.
And even today, we were leaving the shoot, me and Austin. And I closed the trunk to the car, and I sat in the car, and I go, wait, Austin, wait, give me a second. And I got out, and I opened the trunk, and I went through all my bags, because I had my drone bag, I had my camera bag, I had 2 cameras, 3 lenses, fucking 3 filters, like, I had a bunch of shit, and I was like, and I had been putting stuff down while I was, because I was walking around this not huge, but this big venue that does, like, weddings and stuff, and they have multiple areas. They have, like, 6, 7 different areas that I was shooting in. And I would constantly be putting stuff down because, like, okay, I'm taking pictures. Boom, boom, boom. Let me put this down. Take video now. The same thing. And I always have legit, like, anxiety about leaving stuff, not getting the right shots, being prepared, all that stuff.
You know what's
and it's all about you said. Well, the reason I brought it up is because I was talking to my boss about it. He goes, bro, I don't give a fuck about that. He goes, I've been doing this since 2017 or whatever. Like, to me, like, I'm just so, like, confident in all of it that I don't even think about that anymore.
So you know who's really good at this? Restaurants. I used to hate it because when you open a restaurant, you have side work, and when you close the restaurant, you have side work, and then you have side work when you are like leaving early or coming in late.
What do you mean side work?
Side work.
You have to do like a checklist of things. Like
correct. Yeah,
food
like
and preparation.
Like cutting lemons, for example. You got a case of lemons. You got to cut up lemons at the end of the night. You cut up lemons, so when they come in the morning, they have cut up lemons for the water with lemon. Right.
And you got the closers, which are going to be doing a lot.
Yeah, make sure all the tables are set up, all the chairs are correct. Make sure you have all the cups set up. You know what I mean? Things like that.
That's a good question. What do you prefer? Because I've done both, and I used to go in like 4, not 4. That's a bit excessive. But like 5. Actually, never mind. I like 4 because sometimes we had to do trucks.
Yeah.
So we would have to put in shit.
Yeah.
That
I've done both. Yeah. I've done both.
Do you prefer doing
neither? Neither. Why? And I'll explain to you why.
Obviously, neither of us are working.
Yeah, but then I'll tell you gun to the head. How about that? I'll tell you why neither, and then gun to the head, right? So why neither? Because back then when I used to work in a restaurant, I was super young, and we would go out every fucking night. So that means if you're closing the restaurant, that means you can't be there on time to go out with a friend, so you're always late, right? And then in the morning, that means you got to come in hungover. So neither one of them was good, right? But ideally, I would prefer opening the restaurant just because then you had the time to go out. But if you're talking about money, I would choose the closing because you made more money on the closing. Yeah.
I think comfortability-wise, opening is definitely better if you have good closers.
Yes, if you have good closers, that's it.
If you have good closers, opening is definitely better.
Yes. But then there are
much rather open. Fuck.
People that only wanted to work morning shift, right? Like by 5 o'clock, they were fucking out of there.
Yeah.
Closing work's also a lot dirtier.
Yeah. It is dirty
Throwing
as hell.
Trash cans, getting on the floor, sweeping under the things. You got rugs. Your jeans get all fucked up. What else?
The best part, my favorite part was like at the end of the night, you had this big trash can full of empty bottles going to the trash bin and just chucking them baseball style into it.
We used to do
After
that.
bottle number 20, 30, your anxieties and your frustrations all gone.
We used to allegedly do that at the junkyard. We would find spark plugs and porcelain. So the white part on the spark plugs is porcelain.
Crack it in windows.
And porcelain, it's I think it has to do with how hard it is compared to glass, right? So if like a edge of porcelain just taps glass the right way, it'll literally shatter like a baseball fucking hit it. And we used to do that all the time, allegedly at the junkyard.
Yeah, it's been. I think nobody gonna pull a Rico on you.
Statute of limitations, I'm good, maybe.
Done.
Yeah.
You're good. So what happened? This was actually in Lithuania. I made a slingshot, like, cause slingshot back in home, like it was very hard as a little kid to come by with a correct rubber band, cause I used those old school rubber bands that were made out of material for your like pants, things like that, right? And those are shit. They're not good.
Yeah.
Like the good rubber bands were like that yellow color rubber band, and I got some yellow color rubber band, bro, to make my slingshot.
He doesn't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, can you pull it up? Can you pull it up?
Mean?
There's a specific yellow rubber band
And
that's
flat
thick
and
as fuck.
Yeah,
I know
thick
what
as
you're
fuck,
talking
and it's
about.
flat, and it's not round. Here, slingshots are round, like the rubber band is round.
Yeah, because it has the pocket. But I know what you're talking about.
No, and it goes over your hand. We didn't have those things. We made them out of fucking wood.
I know what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, that rubber band right there. That rubber band right there. It was about
That
this
material.
thick, and about like like I don't know, like a 2/8, like 1/4 in thickness. And these were the best. And what would you do? You would cut it, make out of the leather in the middle where you would hold the rock or whatever. And I had these little round metal balls that came out of the fucking bushings,
Like a bearing.
like a bearing, yeah. And I had one, and I was like, "Look, boys, I got this." I go, "Phew," I let it go, and the next thing I see, and this is like solid 200, 300 feet away, neighbor's car goes right through that fucking side window. Phew.
Yeah, this
Smashes the
this
whole
is the
entire
one
window.
you give your little cousin.
Yes, that's the one you gave
This
the cousin.
is the one you give for yourself.
Yes, solid. Yeah. Now, if you were rich or you knew people, you get the thick rubber band on that.
The black one.
Yeah, the black one, bro. Black one was something, bro. Like if you
This
got the
one-
black one,
This one was cool as fuck because not only was it thick, but it was long as fuck. And then you could find these.
yes,
The tube ones, dude. The tube ones were crazy.
yeah.
You could
That
stretch
right there. Pull up that one. The guy that's holding.
This?
Yeah. No. That right there. That's it. That's the one right there. That was us.
Dude, these things stretch back so far.
Yeah. And you had to get the right
You would just
length too, because your hands like weren't long enough.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean, to get the full effect.
gotta cut it, trim it.
Yeah. Cut it and trim it, and then sometimes they would snap. Then you slowly go down so that you wouldn't be able to pull as far anymore.
We had BB guns here.
Yeah. No.
America.
But
America.
out of all of that, the hardest thing was to find piece of wood that gave you that perfect Y, bro. If you found the piece of wood that gave you the perfect Y, it's like finding gold. You know what I mean? As little kids, man, our wrists were super strong. Over here, you got the fucking little thing that goes over your hand that doesn't like allow it to bend backwards.
That.
Yeah.
The brace.
Yeah, the brace. We didn't have no damn braces.
Yeah, look, he's not even holding the.
Yeah,
thing,
we
it's
didn't
just
have
the
any
leverage.
of that shit.
Daisy Marksman, wrist rocket slingshot.
Yeah, click on that piece of wood right there. Like
They sell those at Walmart, I think.
Bro, that's perfect piece of wood. Like if you found something like this, like you were the coolest kid.
That shit would break right away.
Nah, he wouldn't, bro. What do you mean it would break right away?
The wood would break right away.
Nah.
It depends on the wood. Young Padawan.
Yeah, you get an
Young
oak.
Padawan.
You get an oak, bro. That shit's not going anywhere.
You shaved it down.
Yeah, and then rocks wouldn't fly. Like another thing was finding.
Well, that's all we had, dog.
Yeah. Another thing was
That's
like
all
if
we
you were
had.
able to get
Little pellets.
the pellets, the metal pellets from the
Bearing.
bearings. That was another.
Oh yeah, dude. I wouldn't shoot those, but those bring back memories. I remember back then we used to make what the fuck were they called? Fuck. We used to get planks. One plank here, one plank here, one plank here, one plank here, and put fucking ball bearings in each corner, and then sit in the middle, and then just slide down a hill. That shit was fun as fuck. Una carroneta, that's what it was. and then we would.
That is the most makeshift sled
Yes,
I've ever heard of in
bro.
my life.
And they would actually put like a lever on the side, so you'd be able to push it against the back wheel, so you'd be able to brake.
Yeah, bro.
Cuban ingenuity. That's Cuban e-scooters right there, brother.
But bro, that's ingenuity from like being poor and not being.
Every time I go to a third world country and I visit like one of the rural areas, you know, I always see some crazy ingenuity. Like I always look
like
at something.
you
Like,
think our
some,
podcast was Ghetto Rig, bro?
yeah.
That's everyday
every
life.
time
for
I
them.
look at something like that is some fucking ingenuity.
There you go,
bro.
brother.
Olympic.
Oh, la chivicha. That's what it was. No, la chivichana. Yeah, boy.
So you basically would make wheels out of the
You would
bush
basically find something in the trash.
Bearing.
bearings. Yeah.
You would find something in the trash that had some type of bearings, and then you would bring it over to your dad, and he would get some wood and put
that
some
shit
nails into the fucking thing, and
Look at that kid, bro. He's the G of the neighborhood, bro. Like he doesn't. He only got 2 bearings, and he made it work, bro.
parkour.
Can you imagine how many times it actually fallen and hit his fucking fingers on that wood?
That would happen. You learn your lesson. Look at this white girl.
That reminds me of those little.
This is some white girl shit right here.
That reminds. Yeah, she got a helmet on. That's how you know.
Yeah.
That reminds me of those little scooters we had in elementary school. You remember, Miggy? Not scooters, but like they're like the little seats that had wheels on them. They're basically the same shit, but actually like manufactured. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you never got to do any of this shit, right, Eddie? Like that, because you kind of were in the United States. Things were a little different for you.
I definitely did this shit.
No, I stayed inside all my childhood, Jay.
No, I don't believe that.
I'm joking.
But no, what I'm saying, you never got to make shift things like this, though.
You never got custom designer toys.
Not a flex. I'm just saying, like, not a flex. I'm just saying, like, you never really had
no,
to
that's
deal with
not
them.
necessarily true.
I think it's more about.
I think it's more about kids will mess and figure stuff out with what they have available to them, and what I had available to me was much more advanced.
Have you ever had a kite?
Right, we definitely messed with a lot of shit growing
Kites
up.
with plastic bags.
You ever had that one?
Show me.
All right.
I was watching. I don't know where it was, Pakistan or somewhere else, bro. These people like literally will bring these gigantic plastic bags and fill it up with gas and take it home, and that's what they use for like cooking. And the shit looks like they're from the movie Up, because that fucking thing just kind of like as they're carrying. Yeah, I've made those. I've made those makeshift ones with like gluing plastic on pieces of wood. Just try to get a kite going. Yeah, I've done that.
I remember doing this. We did this shit.
I've done that.
And then the people that had contacts outside in the U.S., they would get the really fancy colored ones. They had Power Ranger ones or whatever the fuck. They had a car in the sky, whatever. And that shit's cool as fuck. In Cuba, they would like get a bunch of people and fly them together.
You ever had to shit in the woods?
Yes.
You had to?
Yeah.
I never did.
I did. Guess what I used?
Leaves. What else you gonna use? Just like every other fucking kid out there.
Gang gang.
I didn't have no paper when I had to go in the woods either.
Bro, but in Florida, man, you don't know which fucking leaf you're picking up, though.
Hell no, I found the biggest fucking, one of those big, like, flat leaves that you find, and I went, cleaned that bitch off as much as possible. You gotta do what you gotta do. I think we were by the water, too, so I might just wait and clean my ass afterwards or whatever.
Yeah.
Because the leaf ain't gonna do it.
Nah, leaf ain't gonna do it.
Just gonna, like,
Yeah.
smear the fuck out all over.
Well, I was looking at this, so apparently because we have...
Yeah,
Because-
scoop that shit.
because our food is so processed now and we eat so much fiber, that's why our shit's like softer now. Back in like the ancestors, like they didn't have to fucking use paper because they would just squat and shit and it would come out like dogs, you know, it would come out harder.
Fluff,
And they
bro.
didn't- yeah.
That shit would smack the ground and make thump.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, I can say I'm thankful to processed food then to allow my asshole not to have to push out rock hard shits all day.
No, but then your intestines were ready for it. You know, they were primed since day one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were primed for it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to prime my ass to fucking deliver a baby fetus.
Oh my god. I know we've all had those ones that come out and you're like, God damn, that shit hurt. Fuck.
You know what the worst one was? So my dumb ass, there were, we had apple trees always growing in random places in a city. And my dumb ass fucking picked some green apples that were not fully ripe.
Mm-hmm.
And these green apples, they have little tiny spikes on them. And that shit got me. Like 2 or 3 days before going to Czech Republic. I was literally shedding my guts out for 3 days straight. Like nothing would come out. Literally like a little bit of liquid would just ooze out of my ass at all times. Bro, it was the worst experience ever. Ever, bro. A little bit of brown liquid would ooze out of my ass, bro.
That you hitting the strike again.
Nah, bro, that's not a strike. That's fucking...
Ooze out of my ass is a fucking strike. I don't know what
No,
universe
it's not, bro.
strikes.
Honestly, I'm
That's-
defending Jay because I had ooze come out of my ass earlier.
All right, we're gonna keep that. Y'all are fucking out of this ballpark.
Nah, that was struggle, man.
I never liked flying kites. I never saw this as a fun thing.
Have you ever... Were you ever successful to fly a kite?
Yeah, I've flown
Okay.
kites before, but
Okay.
I never
It's a
saw
poor
it.
man's sport.
Even when I was young, my dad bought a kite for me. I never thought it was that fun.
Okay, you want me to tell you what made me stop flying kites? It was going to the
You
park.
sound like you're gonna cry.
Like I might.
You get
After what happened, I went to the park one day with my cousin Roger. And we were flying our little kites.
Roger.
Yeah, it's funny. The whole childhood. Yeah, he got it.
Roger.
We got to the park. Not even 2 minutes in there, we get the kites out. Little Miggy is running, and you know that there's a little ditch right in front of the little swings I glad in. You know how there's that big...
When you said little Mickey, nigga,
Yeah,
weren't you like 15,
yeah,
16?
Yeah.
And you know that there's a ditch, right?
How are you? Weren't you 15, 16 then?
Miggy
Not
wasn't
little.
paying attention and started running backwards and just fucking fell into the ditch from the highest point.
Oh,
And
man.
Miggy never flew a fucking kite after that. Miggy went back home.
Damn, I haven't like been at Gladden like
Were
that.
you
in
here
so long, I
visiting
forgot
them
about
when you
that.
said little? Weren't you 15 when you came?
No, I was 8.
8. Okay.
Eight and a half. Yeah. And that was probably when I was like 9.
Little.
Oh
Miggy.
man, this is steep hill, dog.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it
Little
is.
Miggy
He
fell
goes,
from that shit from
I
the
know.
top.
He goes, I know. I've tested it.
Oh
God
man,
damn, I remember looking down and I was just all fucked up, scratched up. What happened? I fell. I don't know what the fuck.
I hate that shit, bro. I hate that shit. You could have a fucking arrow through your arm, motherfucker. What happened, bitch? You don't see I got something sticking out of me right now?
Talking about arrows, bro. So we had these two kids in our class, and they were cousins, right? And one of them had a fucked up eye. His eye was fucked up. Like, I'm talking about a pirate patch fucked up, you know? So
I'm sorry, man. It's just real quick. I just continue to story afterwards. The other day, we were on a shoot with my boss. We were doing headshots, bro. And the guy, he had a lazy eye, bro. And
look at the camera. Did you tell him to look at the
no, I
camera?
didn't. But I didn't. It was a real slight one, bro. Like, you couldn't tell when you just looked at him. But I was looking at, I took the photo and I saw it. I'm like, damn, he's not looking at the lens. And I zoomed in. I'm like, oh, okay, no, he's one eye is, the other one's just a little off. Okay. And my boss, so he looks on my shoulder. He was like, hey, bro, if you can just make sure to look at the lens. I was like, oh, fuck. Shut up, bro. Shut up. And the other photo looked exactly the same. And my boss didn't know anything until like 2 days later when I told him, like, bro, you know what you did, right? No. That shit was fucking hilarious. Okay, continue your story
So
about the eye.
this kid was like fucked up eye, like a pirate. You know, that eye was gray. You know what I mean? It wasn't black or any other color. It was just gray. And I went to school with him for the longest time, several years, and only till the last year, like end of school time, I found out what happened. So these two cousins, one of them had a fucking bow and arrow, and he shot a bow and arrow into his own cousin's fucking eye, bro.
Let me shoot an apple off your head.
Come on, bro. I got it. Don't worry, bro. I got it. You're
And I think it was something like that. where they were
probably
trying to shoot some
little
shit.
boys. Yeah, that's some little boy. Yeah, I got it, bro. I got it. I've been practicing, bro. My dad bought it like 3 months ago for me. I've been practicing every day after school.
Yeah, why don't
bro.
you like turn around? You know what I'm saying? Like turn around.
Well, at least he didn't. He'd probably be dead if he did.
Oh, okay, hit the eye. That socket, like.
Yeah, it would have hit him in the back of his head and would have went in his skull, like into his head.
But that bone behind the eye is very fucking soft and thin.
You don't
It's thinner
clearly
than
didn't
this.
know.
You don't have anything in the back of your head. It's just going straight into your skull. Like,
Well, what do you mean? This is liquid.
I mean,
Your
I'm not
eye's
saying,
just straight
I'm
liquid.
not saying it's any better. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm not saying it's any better. But in that case scenario, if the eye is what took the impact and didn't allow it to go through,
Yeah, so the head would not have taken. That's what I'm trying to say,
I don't know. You don't know that. You don't know that.
bro. The eye was intact, so whatever hit it.
Intact?
Yeah, the eye was intact, so it didn't pierce the eye. It just fucked up the eye.
I think you got a bullshit story. Hit in
I wish I
hit
had a
in the
picture.
eye with an arrow, and he still has the eye. No
Did
way.
you guys know that?
No way. Michael Bisping in a UFC fight lost his eye, and you tell me the guy got shot in the arrow with an arrow in the eye, and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
still has the eye. No way.
Yeah,
Did you guys know that Sir Isaac Newton back then, he would poke his eye, and then he would like slowly like put it in, put it out, and he would document it to see what would happen for science.
Scientists were all those guys were fucking insane.
Well, the guy that came out with the medicine that proved that Helicobacter pylori is the reason that you get ulcers. It's not just from food. It's actually bacterial infection, and you can cure it. He literally took the bacteria, made himself have ulcer, and then took antibiotics to cure it.
All those guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Those guys are crazy.
And this was before the time where they could like go in and take a culture from your stomach or like see what's going on. Like they kind of knew that you have ulcer. And he's like, bro, this is bacterial. This is bacterial. This is bacterial. Nobody believed him. He's like, all right, hold my beer. You know, and he did that.
I think I'm trying to think what else he did. Oh, he would smell and taste a bunch of chemicals in a lab because he was huge into alchemy at the time, which was basically before science. That's what it was. And all mercury, he would like taste it, smell it, and he would like again also document what it was. So he was just getting whatever he could find. Just alright, let me taste.
Well, Van Gogh cut his own fucking ear off because every time he would paint, he would stick the paintbrush in his mouth to get it wet, to get into the paint again, because it would paint in a different profile with wet. And back then, the fucking paint had lead and shit in it. That's literally like what made him cut his. The people say because of that, that's part of the reason why he cut his fucking ear off.
I thought you were gonna say some shit like he would put the brush in his mouth and it would hit his ear, and so he cut it off or some shit. I don't know. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
And then what's his name? Salvador Dali was known insane. Like he would walk around with his cane and just try to fucking fence people and beat them with his cane and shit.
Yeah,
just randomly walking.
Yeah, that guy was. I've been to his museum.
Yes, schizophrenia straight.
Crazy.
But he's bro. I didn't realize like when you see his like paintings, bro. This is the craziest shit. He has paintings the size of a fucking wall and then this big. Like, how did this even work for you? You know what I mean? Like that fly painting is like the craziest one. That's the one I like the best. The one with the fly.
The one with the fly?
Yeah, fly and a bull.
I have pictures from when me and Emily went there.
Do fly and a bull.
But
Salvador Dali.
most of this is I don't understand. You had an art exhibit, a museum, to look at art, to visually see art. Why the fuck is it dark in there?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe there's like it's a fly and a bull.
Dali, fly.
Yeah.
The only lighting you see is the lighting like right over the painting.
That right there. That one. Can you blow it up a bit?
That one?
Yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah, see the bull? You see the bull? Right there on the bottom? Right there.
Yeah, you gotta squint a little bit, look back.
Yeah. It's
I don't
crazy,
see
right?
it.
Like
I don't
how
see
he
it.
just made things look like something completely else.
Okay, I see it.
You see it? And the flies like turn into something else, and then he just becomes a fucking bull, and then becomes dots. Like, you have to be crazy to do this shit. You know what I mean?
I think one of the things for me as a creative is looking at somebody's style and just thinking about, dude, that's crazy that you're able to come up with that. Because I can try and emulate and replicate styles, but I can't come up with my own style.
Well, that's why
Like,
it was
I can
known.
look at graphics and I can like replicate them and make them, but I can't come. It's harder for me to come up with them. I think as I get more experience, as I learn how to copy more graphics, I get little tips and cues on like little things that I should do, and that's what.
Well, let me put this in a perspective for you. Do you think at that time when he was making this, like, people accepted this?
No.
I don't think so.
No,
They'll be
no,
like,
no.
"What the fuck is this bullshit?"
So,
right?
One thing, Miggy, I feel like you're overcomplicating it. Is like the styling thing. Like a lot of times you look at.
It's not even the style, but like creating something.
That's what I mean, right? I think you're overcomplicating it a little bit. I think you think that they approached the project with a direct plan in front of them, which they did not. Right?
Exactly.
Like, what I mean by that is a lot of times like, I've watched a lot of color grading videos, right? Colorists, when they'll start color grading something.
Colorist, hey yo.
Colorist.
Oh, hey yo.
Yeah, that's what they're called, colorist.
That's a little racist, dog.
Oh my god. So what they'll do is they'll literally like pick a color. Pick a color, Mickey. Orange. All right, I want to like go with an orangey look because it's outside and it's warm and this and that. And they'll start editing it to have an orange look, and then they'll start building upon that because they come up with ideas as they go, right? But it's really just about starting somewhere. And then you start experimenting and then continue, and the next thing you know, it's a project that you ended up putting into 4 different aspects of ideas that you did not plan on doing. You just started with one of them, and then that builds and builds and builds.
And I think that's the Italian flag.
It's just part of being a creative. When they tell me, "Hey, go create something," my process is that way. I'll just start with nothing, start putting something, think of the next thing. Boom, put it there. Boom, put it there. And that's how it all creates.
I feel like for something as simple as graphics, which we do a lot of at work, I feel like most of my better graphics are those, right? The ones that I'll just literally go and grab the photo or a product that I want to do and slap it on the page, get some text, and then be like, all right, I'm going to throw the text over here. I'm going to put the logo here. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to do it here. And because you're feeling it out as you go.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll grab a template because I'm feeling lazy, right? And I'll build the whole template, put it all together, and look at it and go, this looks like dog shit.
Yeah.
Right? And then it ends up taking me more time anyways.
Yeah, I think that's the flag of Italy, though, by the way. Green, red, and white. I think it's flag of Italy. No, it's not. Is it?
Green, red, and white. It's also the colors for Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, Italy flag right there. See? Green, white, and red.
Italia.
Yeah, see? Green, white, and red. So, anyway.
We're at 107. We can end here if you guys want.
Yeah, that's fine. You have anything you wanted to say, Jay?
No, that's it.
No? Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We will see you guys on Tuesday next week, I think.
And I think we got Yuri coming in on Tuesday, so.
Yeah, and that'll be the last pod for a little while. We're all heading to Europe. The boys are going out for a little while. So, yeah, we'll see you guys on next week. Peace.
Peace.